Welcome to Secrets of Earth. I'm Patrick Viersba, your guide into the world's most remote corners. Today, we descend into the silent world of the Great White. Imagine for a moment that you are suspended in a world without borders. Above you, the sun is a flickering coin of silver, casting long, dancing rays into a cathedral of blue. You are miles from the nearest coastline, in a place where the floor is thousands of feet below your toes. This is the realm of the great white shark, a creature that has patrolled these waters for millions of years. Close your eyes and feel the weight of the water. It is a heavy, cool embrace that presses against every inch of your skin. Out here in the open ocean, there are no landmarks, no ground to stand on, no walls to lean against. There is only the infinite gradient of sapphire shifting into midnight as your gaze travels downward. It is a world of crushing pressures and apparent silence, yet it is teeming with invisible energy. For decades, we have cast the Great White as the villain of the deep, a mindless machine of silver and teeth, a shadow that haunts the edges of our collective nightmares. We have framed it through the lens of fear, focusing only on those moments of raw power and explosive violence. But to truly see the Great White is to look past the cinema and into a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering. It is a creature that doesn't just live in the ocean. It feels the ocean's very pulse, a silent observer of the currents, a guardian of the ecosystem, a keeper of secrets that we are only just beginning to decode. Before the first tree ever broke through the Earth's soil, before the first dinosaur ever left a footprint in the mud, this design was already perfect. It is a lineage that has witnessed the rise and fall of continents, a living thread stitched through the fabric of deep time. And today, we are going to look beyond the teeth. We are going to explore the mind and the invisible senses of the ocean's most misunderstood monarch. To understand the Great White, we have to perceive the world through a sense we humans simply don't possess. We are visual creatures. We rely on light to tell us where we are. But in the ocean, light is a luxury. At 60 feet, the red spectrum disappears entirely. At 300 feet, the world is a monochromatic shroud of blue and gray. To survive here, you need more than eyes. You need to be able to feel the electricity of life itself. Imagine you are in total darkness. You cannot see your hand in front of your face, yet you can feel the heartbeat of a creature 50 yards away. This is not science fiction. This is the world of electroreception. Look closely at the snout of a great white, closer than any person would ever dare, and you would see hundreds of tiny dark pores scattered across the head and jaw, like a dusting of freckles across skin. These are the Ampullae of Lorenzini, named for the 17th century Italian physician who first described them in detail. They are small, gel-filled canals that open to the skin's surface and lead inward to clusters of sensory cells wired directly into the shark's nervous system. They don't detect light. They don't hear sound. Instead, they pick up the faint electrical signatures generated by every living thing in the sea. Every time a fish flexes a muscle, every time a gill draws in oxygen, every time a heart beats, it creates a microscopic electrical pulse. To us, it is nothing. To the great white, it is a beacon. These sharks are believed to have the strongest electroreceptive ability of any animal on Earth. They can detect changes in voltage so vanishingly small, as little as 5 billionths of a volt, that researchers have struggled to put it into human terms. It is the kind of sensitivity that allows them to locate a flatfish buried entirely beneath the sand, or to navigate through the blackout conditions of a deep-sea storm where eyes are useless. They are sensing the spark of life itself. And consider what this means at the moment of attack. When a great white strikes, its eyes roll back into the socket to protect them from harm. For a fraction of a second, it is completely blind, yet it doesn't lose its prey. The electrical field of a wounded, thrashing animal floods the water like a lighthouse signal, and the shark follows it, unerring, through the dark. But the engineering doesn't stop at the senses. It runs through the very blood that moves within their massive frames. Most fish are ectothermic, cold-blooded, their body temperature a slave to the water around them. If the sea turns frigid, their muscles stiffen, their digestion slows, and their minds become sluggish. The great white has found a way to cheat this system. Deep within their bodies, the great white possess a remarkable network of interleaved arteries and veins called the rete mirabile, Latin for wonderful net. It functions as a biological heat exchanger. Warm blood, generated by the shark's constantly working muscles, passes alongside the cold, oxygenated blood returning from the gills. Through simple physics, heat-seeking equilibrium, warmth transfers from one stream to the other and is retained in the body rather than lost to sea. This allows the great white to keep its stomach, its eyes, and its brain measurably warmer than the water it swims through. Stomach temperatures have been recorded more than 10 degrees Celsius above the surrounding sea, and in some cases higher still. It is not the constant, rigid warmth of a mammal. Scientists call it regional endothermy or mesothermy, a selective, targeted form of internal heating. But its effects are profound. It gives the shark the metabolic speed to hunt in frigid depths where other fish are slowed to a crawl. While the cold dulls its competition, the great white is running at full power, a warm engine in a cold-blooded world. When you look at the great white, you are looking at a machine that has integrated physics, electricity, and thermal biology into a single, seamless form. Every curve of its body, from the crescent-shaped tail that provides relentless thrust to the microscopic tooth-like scales called thermal denticles that armor the skin and reduce drag, is refined for one purpose: the mastery of the liquid world. While we have just begun to decode the physics of their bodies, we are only just pulling back the curtain on the mysteries of their lives. For decades, the scientific community operated under a logical assumption: great whites are coastal creatures. We observed them at the Farallon Islands off of California and circling the rocky outcrops of South Africa, where the seal colonies offered an endless supply of high-fat prey. It made sense. Why leave a kitchen that is always stocked? But in the early 2000s, as satellite tagging technology matured, the sharks began to tell us where we were wrong. When data from electronic tags began syncing with researchers' computers, it revealed a migration that seemed almost impossible. Every winter, the great whites didn't simply move up or down the coast. They turned their noses toward the open horizon and swam straight out into the abyss, traveling thousands of miles into the middle of the Pacific Ocean to a patch of water roughly halfway between the Baja Peninsula and Hawaii. This place appeared, on every chart, to be a biological desert. It lay thousands of miles from any reef, any island, any obvious food source. In the ocean's vast geography, it registered as a void. And yet, the sharks didn't simply pass through it. They stayed for months. The researchers who first mapped these movements, a team from Stanford University, named this mysterious set of coordinates the White Shark Café. Picture being a traveler in a vast, featureless desert. You have left behind the oases, the cities, every landmark you know. In every direction, the horizon looks exactly the same. That is the experience of the cafe. But the most fascinating secret is not simply that they go there. It's what they do once they arrive. Near the coast, great whites spend most of their time near the surface, watching for the silhouettes of seals backlit against the sun. At the cafe, their behavior transforms into something no one anticipated. The males begin what scientists have come to call bounce dives, or, because of their shapes on a depth chart, V-dives. In the daytime, the sharks plunge from the sun-warmed surface down to depths approaching 1,400 feet, then sweep immediately back up, down and up, down and up, over and over again, as many as 120 times in a single day for the most active males. But why? Why would a 4,000-pound animal burn that much energy in a place that appears to have almost nothing to offer? If you followed them down on one of these descents, the light would vanish within seconds. You would enter a world of marine snow, the fine organic particles that drift down from the surface in a perpetual, slow blizzard. The pressure at those depths would crush the air from human lungs in moments. But below the apparent barrenness of the surface, researchers have discovered something extraordinary: a hidden layer of life. Squid, bioluminescent jellyfish, small fish, light-sensitive creatures that descend during the day and rise toward the surface at night. It is, as one researcher described it, the largest daily animal migration on Earth, a vast vertical tide of life timed to the light cycle. The sharks appear to be chasing this hidden pantry, but it may not be the only reason they make the journey. Some researchers believe the cafe is a meeting ground, a place where these otherwise solitary giants gather to find mates, following some ancient social instruction written into their DNA. The males and females dive differently. Females tend to hold their depth during the day, while males bounce relentlessly. What that difference means exactly remains unsolved. The cafe was formally recognized in a 2016 UNESCO and International Union for Conservation of Nature report as a candidate World Heritage Site, a testament to its biological importance. But its deepest secrets are still being decoded. It is a reminder that the ocean does not belong to us. We are guests here, pressing our faces against the glass of a vast and ancient world. The great whites are the true residents, following a map written in their genes long before the first human ever looked out at the horizon and wondered what lay beyond the waves. They are not lost in the desert. They are exactly where they are supposed to be. To truly understand the great white, we must move past the image of the predator and sit with the animal itself. If you were to settle onto the seafloor in a cathedral of giant kelp, light filtering through emerald fronds above you, the arrival of a great white is not an explosion. It is a moment of profound, quiet grace. They move through the water like ghosts. Their vast bodies, surfaced in millions of microscopic dermal denticles, are engineered for silence. They do not splash. They do not struggle. They glide with a calm that feels almost deliberate, almost considered. Divers who have spent time in the open water alongside these animals often describe an experience that surprises them. Curiosity. A great white will approach a human not with its mouth agape, but with its dark eyes wide and attentive. It will tilt its head, observing these strange, bubble-trailing visitors with what can only be described as a measured, ancient intelligence. They are social creatures in ways we are only just beginning to appreciate, following a complex hierarchy when they meet. Two sharks encountering each other rarely escalate to violence. Instead, they communicate through posture, a slow gape of the jaw, an arched back, a particular angle of the body. It is a language of restraint and respect, evolved over millions of years, in a world where every wasted calorie is a liability. But for all their power, the great white is fragile in the way that all things slow are fragile. Females don't reach maturity for more than a decade. Some estimates reach considerably longer, depending on the population. Litters are small. Gestation is long, and females may rest for a year or more between births. This is not the reproductive rhythm of a species that can absorb losses and bounce back quickly. It is the rhythm of an old-growth forest, something that takes generations to build and can be unmade with terrifying speed. When we lose a great white, to a net, to a long line, to a warming ocean, we are not simply losing a fish. We are losing a thread in a lineage that has survived all 5 of the great mass extinctions this planet has endured. They were here before the trees grew tall. They were here before the first dinosaur drew breath. For more than 400 million years, they have watched the world transform around them. Continents splitting, seas rising and retreating, the sky going dark with asteroid winter, and they have persisted. That persistence is not luck. It is the product of an elegance so deep and so complete that evolution has seen no need to substantially revise it. They are a living message from the Earth's deep past, and their future, for the first time in 400 million years, is something that we will determine. We share this planet with millions of stories, most of them unfolding in the silence of the deep or the shadows of the canopy. Thank you for journeying with me into the world of the Great White. I'm Patrick Viersba. The world is full of secrets of Earth, if you only know where to listen. I'll see you on the next horizon. Until then, you can follow my coordinates by subscribing to or following the show. It ensures you never miss a step into the unknown.